Today I'm going to be doing an unboxing, assembling, and using the ASUS ROG Strix XG438Q, a 43-inch, yeah, that awesome. But it's not this guy. This is my old ASUS PB287Q. It's a 4K monitor as well. By the way, the ROG Strix is 4K, but this has been kind of dying slowly, and it's been good to me for about 3 or 4 years, but unfortunately it's time to move on, and well, it did hurt my wallet a lot. Now, before I actually decided on that monitor, I was gonna get the Alienware AW3420DW, but unfortunately, while it was a 34-inch and it's great and everything, it didn't have HDR and a few other things that this ROG Strix has. And I need these things so that I can bring you guys better reviews. One of the main things that it didn't have was, unfortunately, it could not go up to full 4K. So while it is a great monitor, and my buddy Alex Callahan over at Dell helped me get a great price, unfortunately, it couldn't do what I needed it to do. So let's get to the monitor real quick. This is the behemoth. So I'm just going to lay it down. By the way, I'm gonna have links to all 3 of the monitors down in the description below, in case you guys wanna check it out or check them out. All right, so I'm gonna have you just look at it like this. Then I'm just gonna take out things one by one, put it on the table, and then I'll come up to the table in a second. All right, so over here we have this box of accessories. This is just to hide the HDMI display port and everything in the back. They give you an Allen wrench built right in. Put this aside for right now. All right, then they also bring a remote control, which is so handy. This has a ton of features that if you didn't have this remote control, you'd have to go through the OSD one by one, the on-screen display, or all the buttons on the back of the monitor that are so always horrible to get to. So brings a remote control for that. Then they show you here how to connect the lighting for the Strix, but we'll go over that in a little bit. A screw, not sure what this is for just yet, but definitely put that aside. Then here they show you how to take everything out of the box, then how to connect it and all that good stuff. Then a ASUS VIP members notice, talking to you about the warranty and all that good stuff. So definitely good to hold on to. Then here we have a USB 3 cable, which this does have 2 USB inputs, so very nice. So you can plug in 2 USB 3.0 devices into there. Then we have here the display cable. Just opening it up for you guys. It's about 6 feet long. All right, DisplayPort cables, or DP. All right, and then an HDMI cable. Awesome when they include the cables. Some monitors don't include anything, and then you didn't realize that you gotta go out and buy it. And that's why I do these unboxings, so you guys know everything that's inside. And this is another 6-foot cable. And this is the lighting for the monitor, but I'll test this in a little bit as well. I don't want to give you the wrong information. And then we have the big old power brick for the monitor, which I dropped. See that right over here. 19.5 volts at 11.8 amps. And then they have the Velcro over here with the power cable that I just dropped. And this is about 5 feet. This part, power cable is about 5 feet as well. The one that connects into the brick. All right, and let's see what else is in this box of fun. All right, so it looks like it's just the monitor. All right, now I'm gonna pull it out. I moved the camera a little bit so you can see the monitor coming up on the table. This is gonna be fun. I think the feet are attached to the monitor. The feet are attached to the monitor. Oh, that's awesome. All right, let me move this box out of the way and let me just verify nothing else in the box. Nothing else in the box. All right, so just take all this foam off. Oh, so awesome. All right, so this is a big one. All right, let me bring you guys along the back. So this is the back of the monitor. Now before we start just putting it together, let's explore the monitor. All right, so right over here, we can see where I was saying that panel goes here to hide all the inputs and everything. Now coming down here, we can see there is the display port, HDMI, and another HDMI. There is also the ASUS ROG Sync connection and the DC in connection, all right over here. Then we have yet another HDMI along the side here. Then we have where you plug in the USB 3 cable here. Then you have two USB 3s right over here, so you can plug in different devices. Then you have the microphone and the headphone jack right there. And they tell you right over here exactly what everything is along there as well. You can see the monitor has a nice stand, though it doesn't look, no, there is no height adjustment. So that is a downfall, but it's a big monitor. So yeah, it is what it is. So coming over here, we can see we have the power button right here, the games visual button, input selection, close button, and the menu button. That's it for the buttons on the monitor. While there is no height adjustment, there's the tilt adjustment. From here, pretty much straight on. You can tilt it that far back, and you can only tilt it a little tiny bit forward. So that's nice, at least that you don't have the height adjustment, but you have that. All right, and then we do have 3 feet here with rubber on there so that it doesn't slide off of your desk. So it looks like it'll hold up nicely. All right, so let's connect some cables. All right, since thankfully they have it labeled, I don't really need to look under there. Okay, maybe I do. Easy enough. And then since I do review HDMI as well, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in HDMI. Now the ASUS ROG Sync cable, which is a USB connection. And the DC in connection. And lastly, along the side, we'll connect the USB 3.0 connection. All right, so now to attach the Aura, you're gonna notice there's a notch right over here. There's also a little tiny notch right over here. So we're gonna go ahead and screw this in with this lens facing down onto the table. So we're going to go ahead and use the screw that we found, kind of free floating in the box. It is a Phillips head, so you're going to need a screwdriver and just slide it right into here. Okay, and then just screw it into right over here, and don't screw it in just tight yet. You want to make sure that the notches line up. Looks like they're lined up, great. All right, so we're good to go there. Now we're gonna go ahead, bring the PC over, then we're gonna connect the power. Connect the monitor to the PC, the USB to the PC. I'm not gonna connect the HDMI for now, but then I'm just gonna show you guys how it basically looks. So now we're just gonna go ahead and pop this right into here, and we're just going to move everything over and just kind of snap things into place. Okay, now the Allen wrench they provided is so that you can take off these and VESA mount it to the wall. Now it's 100 by 100 millimeter VESA mount, so just so that you guys know. This is going to be the very first time I turn it on, and actually before I turn it on, let me show you, you can see it a little bit, but let me show you the Aura Sync, what it's doing right now. You can see that right there. It's under the monitor, so kind of hard to see. Pretty cool, right? All right, so let's go turn her on. And actually, I forgot. We could have just used the remote control. We didn't need to actually touch the monitor. All right, so it's not picking up DisplayPort, and that's okay. I don't need to touch the monitor, even though it is connected to DisplayPort. No signal. So one sec while I figure this out. All right, so I just didn't have the cable in all the way. Whoops, my bad. So I do have it connected right now to the ASUS ROG Challenger D RX 5500 XT 8GB OC card. All right, now that we're in Windows, this is tremendous. This is my hand for scale on the monitor. I'm probably an inch away, if that. I don't want to touch it, but let me see if I can get you a better angle there. All right, so let's just go to asus.com. And now normally I would have connected this to a capture card, but the capture card only does 1920 by 1080. So unfortunately it won't do too much. So we'll go to support, go to consumer. Then we'll go to, I will just type it in here, XG438Q. All right, and then we'll go over here to support. So now what I'm just going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and download all of the drivers and all the software and everything. All right, drivers and tool, or driver and tool. Select OS, Windows 10, 64-bit. All right, the Aura Sync software, and let's see all downloads. Display widget for Windows only. So by the way, this monitor has a ton of features. It is of course 43 inch. It does 3840 by 2160, 120 Hertz refresh rate with a 4 millisecond response time, gray to gray. And as I already showed you, 3 HDMI 2.0s, 1 DisplayPort 1.4. It actually has 2 built-in 10-watt speakers. Now mind you, you're not gonna want to use them to actually game and everything, although they might work okay. You know, you're gonna want headphones or speakers, but this will get you by, at least if anything, while you're installing, so you can hear some initial sounds. Flicker-free technology, FreeSync 2 HDR technology with a 16:9 aspect ratio, 1.7 billion color support, a 4000:1 contrast ratio with low blue light, picture-in-picture, picture-by-picture mode, adaptive sync technology support. As you saw, it does support tilt, but it does not support swivel. That kind of sucks, but, and as I've already shown you, it is VESA mount compatible 100 by 100. This is a VA panel and will consume up to, doesn't mean it will always, but will consume up to 48 watts. And I'll test that for you guys as well later on. As I've already shown you, it does include a remote control. It is an anti-glare screen, which is awesome. It has Games Fast input technology to minimize input lag. Games Plus technology that gives you, crosshairs, FPF counters, alignment to help you adjust your screen in multiple setups. It is an HDR monitor with DCI P3 90% and display HDR 600 for a wider color range. So we'll go ahead and download the Sync software and then the ASUS widget software. All right, so they don't have drivers. Again, I prefer them to have drivers, but so I'll go ahead and install the Aura Sync. So I am in the process of reviewing the ASUS ROG card. So that's what you see all these drivers and software in here for. And we'll do setup next. All right, and finish. We'll go ahead and restart in a second, so not for right now. And then we'll go ahead and install the widget software. We don't need to extract that one. All right, and we'll click finish. Let me go ahead and restart real quick. With the Aura Sync, we are able to change the lighting in the bottom. All right, so we can change it to a breathing effect, which actually it's already on breathing, color cycling. And let me bring you so you can actually see the logo. All right, so you can see that there. I apologize for the light, but that's the way I'm getting it for you. So it is under color cycling. You can see that there, it is cycling through color. And while it's not a whole lot, this will help you if you're gaming in the dark. And we'll click apply. We're choosing Comet. Not noticing much of a difference, but again, I just installed this. So let me get back to you on this. All right, and then from here, just right click on the desktop. We'll go to display settings. And it is already at 38, no wonder. It's at 100, it's at 300. I'll change that to 150. And everything gets real tiny, as you would expect. We'll go to advanced display settings and display adapter properties. Okay, and then from here, bump it up to 120 if you wanted to. Keep changes. This is all basics. Now I'm gonna come back over here. Let's go to YouTube real quick. And we'll go to ThisBytesForYou. And we'll go to YouTube royalty free music. This is where I got the music that is more than likely playing in the background. And I'm just going to choose this guy here. Wow. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Let me see. These speakers are actually not that bad. It's got pretty decent bass. So let me see if I can get something a little bit more bassy. Let's go to now I'm picking at random. No, I don't want that one. All right. Do you hear that bass? This actually sounds pretty nice. All right, so I'm gonna get back to you guys after I play a lot more with this monitor. I literally just took it out of the box. I received it yesterday in the mail, so I only know what I've read. I haven't played too much with it. So let me get back to you on this. As for right now, I haven't played a game on it or anything, but I am so impressed with it. It looks amazing. So let me get back to you guys. Expect a video real soon on this. Iggy out.